My job is to basically oversee every agency that has a piece in New York City infrastructure. What that is our Department of Sanitation for trash collection and snow removal, our Department of Parks and Recreation for the over 30,000 acres of parks land that we have in the city, our Department of Environmental Preservation, our water system, our Department of Buildings, the regulator for safety of all construction sites, our Department of Design and Construction, they do municipal building, our School Construction Authority, they build all of our schools, Department of Transportation, the streets, the bridges, the Taxi and Limousine Commission in charge of regulating all the for hires, the Ubers, the Lyfts, the yellow cabs, the local cars. We have 4 climate offices that are all combined into one, and they're really looking at climate policy throughout all of these agencies and how we make sure that it's enmeshed in and it's a part of all construction and all planning. One of the unique responsibilities and opportunities about infrastructure in New York City is people are looking at us. People all across the nation are looking at us about how we are going to meet our infrastructure challenges and all across the globe. And what's really critical here is, I would say, the pace. So the pace of government traditionally is slow, but there's incredible opportunity with partnering with private sector, getting ideas, being innovative, taking risks, because we actually don't have the luxury of time anymore. We are chasing crises that are happening faster than we're able to change. So it's really important for New York to continue that pathway of partnership and innovation, welcome the federal government's support in every step we take along that journey, to swiftly go about making the changes we need to make, rebuilding in a way that our city will be resilient, making it a model for the world, and being a little bit less cautious about trying new things because we have to get to a better solution. And being timid about it, or being too entrenched in what's worked before, or being too afraid to take some risks will certainly not advance the ball at the pace that we need to move. In New York City, we're an island, and we have to think about how we protect from the elements, especially water coming in from the sea. We're coming up to the anniversary of Hurricane Sandy, and that really was, unfortunately, the impetus for us to start thinking about what intense flooding does to the city. Before that, we weren't really as enmeshed in forward thinking and planning around that. And with any infrastructure project, that takes an incredible amount of time, it takes an incredible amount of money, and it takes an incredible amount of negotiation, especially in a dense city like New York, where anywhere you're building a large structure, there's going to be a lot of community engagement, which is also community outrage, because there will not be agreement. And so New York City has the long-term vision, much of which you can see now already in place, of building a wall around Lower Manhattan that will protect us from future flooding. One step of it is the building of it. 2 is sort of the disruption that happens as you have to excavate the areas where you are building. And 3 is really educating the public on why you're building it and why it's important and why you're asking them to live through the disruption. And all 3 of those things take an incredible amount of time. So the wall is continuing. We just, had one of the 17 gates that are going to be along the wall that will open and close depending on what we need in times of emergency. That was placed just a few weeks ago. But we can't minimize the fact that we have to have patience and think long-term about these big projects, because they are necessarily going to take a certain amount of dollars, a certain amount of disruption, and a certain amount of community engagement.